there's no point at all, in dreaming small.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Lucy's Light. We're all struggling quite a lot at the moment as a result of the COVID pandemic, so this is a video talking a bit about the pandemic and what steps people can take in the UK especially to protect ourselves and to look at contingency planning and forward planning. As part of this COVID pandemic, I produced a resource, and this is a peer-to-peer practical resource that helps people find the information they need to benefit them in their life. So about advanced planning, contingency planning, about care packages, about shielding, sharing governmental information. It's not a manual, it's not an official document, it's just a collection of information and resources that will help people manage through this COVID pandemic when you have a life-limiting condition, a long-term condition, complex health needs or a disability, and as such are either more vulnerable or extremely vulnerable as termed by the government. This resource is all about giving people the information in a way that makes sense to them, it's easy to read, it's in their language, it's easily accessible, and so on and so forth. I wanted this resource to be useful, practical, factual, but not official that, you have to follow this step, that step, and other step. It's more about using the information you need in a way that makes sense for you. So in the resource I talk about the governmental information, the UK government information around COVID, around what to do if you have symptoms, and then around shielding and what we mean by extremely vulnerable. That's the first part of the resource. Then there's another part of the resource that looks at infection control, so proper hand washing technique, using alcohol gel, how you can manage your infection risk, cleaning, how to wash clothes that have been around someone that's had COVID, so many different things. Then it looks at, keeping yourself safe in terms of your care package, so putting things in place, making sure your carers are, shielding you as best they can, that people aren't coming into work when they're poorly, getting them to change their clothes when they first arrive, getting them to wash their hands regularly, using personal protective equipment as needed, so that will be gloves and probably an apron, but even masks if need be. It then looks at the contingency side of the care package. So how are you going to make sure you get the support you need to manage your health needs during this pandemic? So for a lot of us, we rely on outside care. We cannot just shut off that outside care and shield ourselves for a long period of time. So managing those risks, what can you do? How can you protect yourself? What can you do to ensure you have the care but also are as protective as possible? So maybe your live-out PAs could become living PAs, or you reduce your days down if you have someone else who can look after you, like a parent or a family member, but you still have outside care to obviously give that carer a break. It's about looking after carers, because carers do put themselves second or last in every way. We need to look after our carers to look after people like me. It thinks about agencies, care packages, what you can do with your staff. It also looks at managing, getting your shopping, managing your prescriptions, how you can get support from other people. So if you have someone that can go out and collect these things for you, fantastic. If not, are you on the government scheme? Does the supermarket know that you need home deliveries because you're more vulnerable? And also things like, do your community have a community volunteer service that can help out? Are there people in your area that have set up a small volunteering group? Look outside yourself, look at the resources that are available, go on Facebook groups and websites and see what's out there. And finally it looks at advanced planning for your wishes. So this is about your wishes for life but also for end of life. So would you want to be resuscitated? What treatments would you not want, and in what circumstances? So you might be all for every treatment going, but you don't want to be ventilated. Put that in an advanced decision. Make it very clear. An advanced decision to refuse treatment is all about what do you want and not want in what circumstances, to make sure that when you can't communicate that decision, someone else has got a legal document that makes sure that your decision and your wishes can be followed. DNA CPR or DNAR. Do not attempt cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Do you want to be resuscitated? DNA CPR is not no care, it's just not CPR. Appointing a lasting power of attorney, so someone that you know and love and knows your wishes intimately, you need to talk to them about your wishes, who can act legally as your lasting power of attorney when you lack capacity to make decisions on your behalf and communicate your wishes to healthcare professionals. And it's all about, your wishes being communicated in a way that makes sense to you. There's also an advanced statement where you can just record your preferences. You know, I like my tea a certain way, or my dog matters a lot to me, or going out for a walk once a day, being out in nature. It can be anything, but advanced statement is more kind of qualitative things about what matters to you, what's important to you, and what your life means to you. So this resource, I hope it will be useful, especially to people in the UK, but equally around the world. I know this is not a very typical video, but I wanted to share this resource. The link will be in the description below. You'll be able to access it, and I just hope it will help people. So I will see you next time on one of my videos. You know, subscribe, hit the notification bell, keep following, because I'm sure there'll be information and support that is useful to you at some point on my channel. And thank you for watching.